The Jersey Shore especially could see blizzard-like conditions when the snow starts to fall. Good evening, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington.
I'm Jessica Dean. All eyes are on the timing of this storm, which could very well make it a treacherous morning commute. Some schools are already making decisions about tomorrow. All Philadelphia Archdiocesan high schools and elementary schools will be closed tomorrow. Other schools have already issued some delays, and you can see all of that information right now at the bottom of your screen.
And we are on the Storm Watch tonight with live Team 3 coverage. Let's begin with meteorologist Kate Bilo. And Kate, when do you expect the snow to start falling?
Well, Yuki, it all depends on where you are, but the first area that will see the flakes fall will be southern Delaware. That could be as early as the next hour or two. By about 9 or 10 o'clock across portions of southern New Jersey, we expect to see the first flakes, and then overnight, gradually that snow will spread in from really southeast to northwest. We'll eventually see it in the city and north and west suburbs early tomorrow morning. But let's zoom down once again and take a look at this storm. You can see how that dry slot that had formed over North Carolina has started to fill in a bit. You can see some pretty heavy snow falling over the Carolinas right now as this storm continues to make its trek up the eastern seaboard. And this storm is not even at its full strength yet. It is going to get very, very strong overnight and into tomorrow, rapidly deepening in a process we call bombogenesis. And this storm will eventually blanket portions of northern New England with as much as 2 feet of snow. So we do expect this storm to start moving in, the snow to start moving in between about 7 and 11 o'clock. That's down the shore and into Delaware. Then overnight it spreads into Philadelphia. Tomorrow morning will be the height of the storm right around the time of the morning rush, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then pretty quickly wrapping up tomorrow afternoon. How much could we see? 1 to 3 inches north and west, 3 to 6 right at the time of the morning commute in Philadelphia and surrounding suburbs, 6 to 10 inches possible down the shore, and the wind will blow that around. A blizzard warning will go into effect tonight for the Jersey Shore and the Delaware beaches. Winter storm warning for the city and surrounding suburbs. So you may be asking, what does a blizzard warning actually mean? Meteorologist Chelsea Ingram is live on the sky deck with more on that. Hi, Chelsea.
Well, hi there, Kate. It's important to talk about that because a blizzard warning is not solely based on the amount of snow. In fact, take a look at this graphic. We'll talk more in depth about the definition. It has to do with falling and or blowing snow. You got to have those winds gusting at around 35 miles per hour or higher, and that has to be happening for a duration of about 3 hours or longer, causing reduced visibilities under a quarter of a mile for 3 hours or longer. And that's where we expect to see those conditions happening down the shore, where we're going to see gusts over 50 miles per hour as a possibility for places like Wildwood, Atlantic City, all of our shore points and coastal communities. We'll even see gusts possible over 40 miles per hour right here in Philadelphia. And the thing to keep in mind is that these winds are going to be sticking with us as we head into Thursday evening, as we head into Friday, causing dangerous wind chills by the end of the week. And they're even going to last as we head into the first part of the weekend. So we're talking some pretty serious impacts with those blizzard conditions, the snow arriving, and also the wind. Let's send it out to meteorologist Lauren Casey for more on the impact. She is live in Pennsauken. Lauren?
Thanks so much, Chelsea. Yeah, I'm here at the NJ DOT maintenance site where things are going to get busy as we head throughout the overnight period. And as Chelsea was mentioning, it is so important to focus on impacts. I know it's easy to get caught up in what is my projected snowfall total for this storm, but the impacts are the things that we really need to focus on. Heavy snowfall and the intense winds are going to yield greatly reduced visibilities, as Chelsea was talking about, near whiteout conditions, possibly in the blizzard warning area down the shore. That is going to yield extremely hazardous travel, and the extreme cold is going to contribute to that as well. Road salt effectiveness decreases as the temperature decreases as well. Now, soil temperatures around the Delaware Valley hovering around 20 to 25 degrees, so very cold. Road salt is most effective when soil temperatures are around the freezing mark, so already reduced effectiveness, and especially as temperatures drop down into the single digits, that will seem more so. And cold, as a result of the strong winds in combination with the cold, we could see some power outages, and with temperatures dropping down into the teens and single digits as we head into tonight and tomorrow and Friday as well. Being left in the heat without power, or being left in the cold without power and without heat, is going to be something that could be potentially very arduous and potentially dangerous as well, Jess. So it's so much more important to focus on, am I going to get 4 inches, 6 inches, 8 inches? The impacts are going to be very similar and potentially dangerous for those of us across the Delaware Valley.
That's right, Lauren. All right, thanks so much.